What's up? What's up? What's going on out there? This is You Can't Handle the True Podcast, man. And today we're gonna talk about what we witnessed last night. Super Bowl, LV. A lot of history was made. It was a lot of firsts. We're gonna talk about the obvious. You know, Brady. Brady
Yeah,
got his seventh Super Bowl. He has more than any other franchise as a player, which is mind-boggling because with so much parity that's in the league right now, and where free agency is, where you can stockpile players, he continues to go. He it was his 10th Super Bowl, 7 Super Bowl rings, man, and I didn't really want to say it, but you got to call him the GOAT right now, man. I think
yeah,
what he done, we won't see for a while. We won't see it for a while because when we was growing up, if you my age, you remember, Joe Montana won 4 Super Bowls. It was like we'll never see this in so many years. It probably will never be broken. And
and
then a guy named
look at it now.
Tom Brady is born, and here we are.
So his name Thomas something,
Oh yeah, wait,
something,
skip
something. What
Thomas.
people saying? Something Brady.
Thomas
Yeah,
Patrick is some Brady
something
Jr.
Brady. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
man. But yeah, this is Los Murray, man. Also one of the You Can't Handle the Truth podcast members here as well. And man, golly, man, I did not want him to win, but I mean, it's just something about that guy, man. You can't bet against him too many times.
Hell no,
He's gonna burn you, man. He's gonna burn you. And he played to me, man. To me, I think he's at a point in his life right now where he doesn't have to be that gunslinger.
Yo, what you say? Damn, he done went out. But let me go ahead and continue what he said. I see what you're saying. Like he don't have to be the gunslinger, but he just had to do his part. Don't turn the ball over and capitalize on other team mistakes and punch it in the end zone, man. Don't be the guy to lose the game. That's what he's at in his career right now, man. And I've lost one of my co-hosts. I don't know what happened. I know he has bad Wi-Fi. He probably still got AOL 95 dial up. I don't know what the hell going on with that, man. But let me go on. The show must continue, man. So as I always do, I like to talk about the stats and like the third down conversions, man, and all this type stuff, man. So, man, what was you saying, man?
Yeah. I don't know what happened, man. I went out. But what I was saying was, yeah, he doesn't have to be that gunslinger that you know him to be. Man, right now he's just he's 43, man. He just managed the game, just make the plays he need to make, and keep the ball rolling and keep the chains moving and get the touchdowns that he need to make. Don't make those stupid mistakes throwing in coverage that he need to throw into, man. They just call the right plays, just little dink and dunks here, screens here, out routes here and there, diversion plays, thinking you
Yeah,
going right and swinging grunt to the left, toss it out to him and let his athletes make plays for him.
yeah.
And that's what he did, man. And just hoping that the defense will come through and help him out too as well. So, but man, I hate it, man. God dog it, I hate Tom Brady.
No,
But
I don't,
man,
I don't, I don't, I don't hate Tom Brady. It's
yeah,
it's, it's the me. It's not the media. They're just gonna keep talking and talking, and people. Sometimes you can oversaturate stuff to the point you're like, I don't
right,
even want to hear
man.
that. I don't even want to hear that. But at the same time, you got to give that man credit, man. He went
Oh
from
yeah,
New England in his first year in Tampa Bay. Granted, they did upgrade the team. You know what I mean? They
right,
did,
right.
they
They
did
did.
get Gronk. Good. Godwin and Evans was there. They went and got Fournette. They made a couple of good draft picks too. Like they had Winfield, the rookie. Then we had
Yeah, they
Vontae
did.
David and Devin White. All of them. They picked up Sue. Barrett came
Yeah.
into his own last year. JPP is still who he is. So it was just like,
Right.
man, sometimes like for anybody who plays sport, have played sport, sometimes you just click at the right time. It all comes together. Like it's a thing for people who don't play sports. It's a thing called momentum, aka Big Mo.
Right.
Sometimes when you get Big Mo and you get on that wave, you can take Big Mo a long way.
Yeah, it's hard to
And
stop him, man.
and it's hard
It's
to
hard to
stop it.
stop.
And they just pick up steam and they believe like once it clicked from the last time they lost to Kansas City, they did not lose another
They did not
game.
lose another game. Yeah.
They didn't
And
lose
that
another
defense,
game.
and it was like that defense just woke up after that, man. 'Cause they,
Yeah.
and you gotta
I
think
think
about this playoff. You gotta think about this playoff run too. I mean, cut you off, man. They played Washington. We all knew they was more than like 99.9% they was gonna win that game. But after that, it was like Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and then Pat Mahomes. Now, granted, Pat Mahomes when they played was a Super Bowl at Tampa Bay, but both of those games was in the Superdome, which a lot of people don't win it, and then it was at Lambeau in the cold that a lot of people don't win
Mm-mm.
it. So man, those are two critical games, man, that they could have lost, and they dominated in those games.
Yeah. Like
Defense dominated, man. So yeah,
it's like, man, I was like looking up like some of the stats for Brady, like all the stuff he's accomplished, like the first to do this, and then like what Tampa Bay accomplished this year. This might be one of the greatest like runs of all time in like NFL history, man. Because like
right.
Brady has 34 career playoff wins, quarterback. The next closest to him is Joe Montana at 16.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And Joe
Yeah,
Montana is considered one of the greatest.
he's the
So
greatest. Yeah,
who the
he's
hell is
been
going to
retired.
get?
He's been
He
retired for
been
20
retired.
years. Yeah, for about 20 years.
It's just
Yeah,
crazy. Like
that's tough.
that's why, man,
Yeah,
you got just that alone just put them in GOAT status. And then you said that the Bucs became the 15 to win the Super Bowl after finishing the previous year below 500. The last team to do it was the 2017 Eagles.
yeah.
The only five teams in
Wow.
NFL history has ever done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
like he became the first player in all the major sports to win a title for two different teams after turning 40.
yeah.
It's like look at all the greats have ever played. That's like hockey, baseball, basketball, like all that combined. I mean,
All that combined, all sports combined.
all sports
Yeah, it's
combined.
crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Dennis said he the first player in NFL history to win in 3 different decades.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Yeah. He's done some stuff, man. Like I really truly thought that it was just the system. Like, it's the system, New England. Oh man, they only winning up there because of that New England Patriot culture. And he goes down here to Tampa, man. And,
yeah,
now granted, like you said, he did pretty much get what he want, but at the same get what he wanted, as far as people centered around him to help him be successful. But at the same time, man, you got to go out and prove that on the field.
mm-hmm.
And he did that, he did that,
Yeah,
and yeah, and that's tough, man. And then to do it on the road, man. Granted, it wasn't your normal road games. You had no crowds in the stadium like how you normally would. But you still gotta go out there and perform, man. You still gotta play.
yeah, you still got to
You
play the
still have
game,
to
man.
play.
You got to complete the passes. Somebody got to throw it to the
Yeah,
receiver.
somebody
I
gotta
mean,
throw it to the receiver.
just cause
Receiver gotta
receiver
run the
open.
route.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
cause receiver open don't mean the ball gonna get there. I mean,
yeah. That
yeah,
was and he was what 21 for 29, 201, what 3 touchdowns, no
Yeah.
turnovers,
Yeah. I'm
one
gonna get into
sack.
that in a minute. Yeah, I'm about to get in there in just a minute. Then I'm gonna read off two more things he accomplished, man. It said he is the first QB to defeat 3 Super Bowl MVPs in a single postseason, which was
Postseason. Wow.
Breeze,
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers, and now Mahomes. And like I was saying about this Bucs team, was this like one of the best playoff runs? You know, it said they are the first team in NFL history to score over 30 points in all playoff games.
Oh damn! I didn't even know that.
So
I didn't know
yeah,
they scored over 30
like
points.
so now we just looking at like this might be one of the best playoff runs of all time. As
Yeah.
of right now, it is because they the first team to do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know they scored over 30 points. And yeah.
yeah, let's
Oh
go
wow.
30 points in all 4 playoff games, man. But enough of the Brady nut hugging, man. Let's go on to get into this game, man. That's what a lot of people jumped on here for, man. So let's go ahead and start with these stats. On the
Right.
day, man, Mahomes was 26 of 49 for 270, 2 picks. No, Allaire, he ran for like 9 carries, 64 yards. Kelsey ended up catching 10 passes for $133. And the biggest surprise was like the way they contained Hill. Like Hill had no impact on this game until like the very end. So it's my phone.
Hold on.
So yeah, let's go ahead, man.
Good.
Then
Go ahead.
Brady was 21 or 29, like you said, with 201, 3 touchdowns. Fournette had a huge game with 16 carries, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. He also had 4 catches for 46. And Jones ran 12 carries for 61 yards. Gronk had 6 catches, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. And like Mike Evans only caught 1 pass. He wasn't even like a factor in the game, man. And AB had 5 catches for 22 yards, 1 touchdown. You look at the total yards, Kansas City still outgained with by 10. They ended up with 350 total yards to the Bucs 340. The rushing yards, Chiefs had 107 to Tampa Bay 145.
Mm.
You see, while I was there, the Bucs, they got 3 sacks. Kansas City had 1 sack. Time of possession, the Chiefs had the ball 28 minutes, 37 seconds. The Bucs had it 31 minutes, 23 seconds. Like I always talk about third down, both teams wasn't too good. The Chiefs were 3 of 13. Tampa Bay was 4 of 12. And like total plays, the Chiefs had 69 plays, the Tampa Bay 63. But everybody's gonna talk about the penalties. The Chiefs ended up with 11 for 120, but they had 9 in the first half, and the Bucs only had 4 for 39 yards out the whole game, man. So let's get
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
I'm
Which
not
is
a
a record.
conspiracy. I'm
Which
not a conspiracy theorist, but
which is yeah, that's a record, man. Nine penalties.
yeah,
9 penalties for how many yards was it in the first half? That
I
was a record, whatever it
can't
was.
remember how many y'all were in the first half, but
Yeah. But
it
that
was
was a
too much.
record.
It was too damn much. I tell you
Yeah, that
that.
was a record, man. A lot of those calls, could have been ill avoided, man. They could have, they they could have been like, okay, we'll let that ride type calls, man. But they like that one against Honey Badger in the end zone with Mike Evans.
Yeah,
They could have let that go.
that ball was
Um,
non-catchable. He was not even gonna hit.
yeah, he wasn't even gonna catch that. Yeah,
And the thing
they,
about that penalty is, like, once a defensive player like makes his position, the receiver can't run him over to get to the
yeah,
ball. Like Honey Badger pretty
yeah.
much was like, set up a roadblock.
He took
Like
that spot. He took the
he
spot.
got to
He
the
took
spot
his spot.
first.
Yeah, he
So
took his spot.
he
So
took
he
his
has every
spot.
right to get to
He had
that
every
spot.
right to be right there, but
Yeah,
they called it. Ain't shit you can say. Then
yeah.
the
The
INT,
interception.
the interception. There
Yeah,
was not no holding at all. There
that
was
that was
chicken fighting. They were chicken
and that was
fighting for
and that was
position.
huge. And that was huge, man. That was
Yeah, that was
big.
huge. You don't know how that game would have. Not saying that, hindsight is 20/20, but you never
Right.
know. Like a game can turn on one play. Maybe
One
that one
turnover.
play pumps up
Yeah.
Kansas City. Not saying they were going to win. If you go back and look at it now, I mean, yeah, they got the ass kicked. You never know, man.
Yeah.
You never know how one play could just kind of
You know.
alter this and that, this happened, this that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Especially off of turnovers, man. Turnovers are so key into big games like that, man, because they feed on that adrenaline, that emotion, man, and big mode, that momentum, man. That's a powerful thing, man. But and they need it, and Kansas City is such an energized type team, man, who feeds off of that emotion.
mm-hmm.
And they had it for that split second. They had it for that split second, and it was gone, man. But
Yeah. And
yeah, man, they
The Chiefs
go
got
ahead.
frustrated. You could see it, like their emotions was on their sleeve. Like they
Yeah.
let that stuff get to them, man, and they
Oh,
just
it
lost
definitely got to
composure.
them.
They lost their composure, man. You
It
know,
definitely got to them.
it got to them, man, and like you saying about about the penalties and stuff. You with all that being said, it was still a 14-6 game with a minute to go before halftime.
Yeah.
With all that
Yeah.
being said, so the game was still in balance with all that being said. But when they went when Tampa Bay went down that score for halftime, I was like, oh hell.
That was tough. That
Oh,
was a tough one. Yeah, that was
yeah,
that
like,
was a tough
oh.
one. That was big. That was big. And I didn't really expect Tom Brady to go deep like that, but he tried it though. But
But that's
and
Bruce
you
Arians,
saw.
though.
Yeah, I
That's what
know
he
it.
do. That's what he's known for.
Yeah, and see, and I think they sort of started to pick on Breland a little bit. Breland and the Honey Badger. They
Yeah.
started going after them a little bit too, and they saw the opportunity was there. That was 1-on-1. That was one
Mm-hmm.
on one with him and Mike Evans and Breed. And Breland had no choice. But to be honest, I still don't even think that he was gonna catch that ball if he
No,
wouldn't have
there was none
if he wouldn't
catchable
have knocked it
ball.
down.
But you,
Yeah,
but
he was
you,
not gonna catch that.
but you, it's kind of tit for tat, man. Like
Yeah.
he tripped him up. He tripped him
Oh
up.
yeah, of course he
He
tripped him
tripped
up.
him up. I
Of course he
mean,
tripped him up. Maybe he should have made it. I don't know, not so obvious. I don't know how he could have done that, but he did it because he thought he was gonna catch it, which I understand. Which I understand. If you think he had a touchdown, yeah, go ahead and trip him up and you know get that pass interference. But I don't know if he pretty sure he probably look at that play, but he might not have. But if he look at that play, he could have saw that he wasn't gonna catch that ball. But you just didn't know at that time.
yeah,
He
you
had to he
can't
had to
give
do
up the
something.
big play. You don't want to be
Yeah,
the
that's what
guy
I'm
to give
saying.
up that bomb. and
Yeah,
right before halftime, you don't want to be that guy. So
man.
man,
But yeah, man, it was you know Tampa Bay came and did what they supposed to do, man. They came and did what they supposed to do, and that's defend your home. You at home, and that defense was real, and man, they had man. I never seen Pat Mahomes so frustrated and so confused
yeah,
and like so lost of like, damn, like what to do now. And also, I never seen the receivers not being able to get open. Like, man, they showed a couple of clips of Sammy Watkins. Man, he couldn't get off the line a couple
yeah.
of times. Number
Sammy,
24 was on his ass.
I think
24 was
Sammy
on
at
him
the end,
big
man.
time.
He didn't all them foot problems. I think that shit done caught up with him,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He ain't
But he
got that
couldn't get
burst.
off the line. Yeah. Number 11 wasn't a factor. Robinson, cat. He
Yeah,
wasn't.
Hardman
He
was a
was
factor.
nothing.
Yeah,
He
and I
wasn't
also
nothing.
I think Kansas City. I know another key factor is both of their tackles was out. That
Yeah.
was
Oh yeah.
huge. Like that was huge because it was plays where Mahomes had time, but nobody was open. And you got to give
Right.
Todd Bowles credit, man. Like he came out that first coach drive, he was sending heat. he was sending heat. You know what I'm saying? Then once he figured out, like, shit, I ain't even gotta blitz them. My front four came back there. We'll just keep our safeties 15, 20 yards back. We got two fast linebackers. Both our ends is flying back there. We get any little pressure, just make him get off his mark. We double up heel and double up. Nobody's open. That's why a lot of times, like if you really watch Kansas City play, you never really seen Mahomes sit back there and like just pat the ball. He just looking. He looking. By the times, usually when he dropped back, he already know like it's coming out. He had to sit back there and look. Then he run. He running for his life. He running to the left, running to the right. He get to the sideline. He throwing off his back foot. Like that was all.
Throwing parallel to the game. I mean, parallel to the ground. You know, he was just trying to make a play, man. I understand. Dang, yo, that much. Like I never seen him like that, yo. Like he was he was so indecisive. Like, do I throw? Do I not throw? Like, oh, let me run, try to get a better throw. But then that wasn't enough. You know.
Yeah, man.
Now you know. And you know what was good that they actually took away. If you remember them first couple of drives, he was making plays with his leg,
Mm-hmm.
running the ball, pulling it down.
Nobody open in.
That's what I'm saying. But he was making plays with his legs. But I don't know what they did to stop that. But they stopped that. He couldn't run forward. He had to run side to side. So at first he was running forward, getting across the line of scrimmage and getting yards, plus yards. But
I think what Tampa Bay was doing, I gotta go back and look at it. I think they were dropping their linebacker so far in coverage, dropping them so back in the middle of the field, like he had extra room. So I think this time he probably like, I think Bo probably let one person stay in the middle and have a person behind that person. Like, okay, if he come up, like you watch the running back come out. If that running back don't come out, you stay right there in the middle of that damn field, and we had everybody else covered. Don't even worry about nobody else. You stay right there. Don't let him run. That's all. Yeah. So they just scheme them balls up good. You gotta get Todd Bowles. I know a lot of people. I know Brady's going to get the praise, but Byron Leftwich and Todd Bowles deserve all the credit in the world. Mahomes has started 53 games, and we have never seen a team whoop their ass like this before. Never.
Like
never.
Up and down the field, all around. I mean, even special teams, man. That punter for Kansas City, he kept shanking the ball, dropped the ball.
They were just out of sync. Like you
he
can
was
see
just,
it.
man,
Like you can see it
all
on
the
their
way
face.
around.
Like when Kelsey dropped it, and what's so crazy? I'm getting
oh my god!
What was so crazy that even that play where Mahomes scrambled and threw the ball, like in the first quarter, it was like he was going to his left and threw his side arm. He'll drop the ball. That was a touchdown.
He dropped the ball. Yeah, that was a touchdown. Yeah,
that was
they had to kick the field goal.
They had to kick the field goal. Like that ball hit him in his face mask.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, man. Like I said, that was the first, man, for everything that you could even think about being bad, you know. Man, they was just like you said, man. Kelsey too, man. Kelsey had that big drop. I think in the first half or whatever.
He dropped one like, man. I just think they got rattled. I think once they saw how the defense was getting rattled, how Tampa Bay moving the ball, it was like, oh shit, like okay, they run on our defense. We really can't do nothing on offense. Like, what are we finna do now? I mean, but they still was in the game.
Yeah.
Even despite all of that, it was 21-6 after half, and they got the ball first. Usually Kansas City come out and go boom, come right, which they did move down the field.
They drove down
the field, but when it got in their red zone, that's when you got to have a threat of a running game, man. I didn't know if Kansas City didn't think they could run on them or they just abandoned. They didn't even attempt to run the ball in key situations. Like, they just, man, we finna throw this damn ball. That's it. I don't think they can cover our people, but I don't know, man. That's you know, that's neither here or there now, you know. So
yeah, it's over with now, man. But they had their chance, man. They had their chance. They had their
Yeah.
chance, man. Couple
And
of times, man. But especially that coming out of halftime. Coming out of halftime could have been a shot that they could, you know, sort of make it a little better. But yeah, man, they Tampa Bay just shut that down, man. That front four, man, they was man when they figured out that hey, we can get enough pressure with our front four, then we can when we just sit in 6 or 7, man, and then we can play in the backfield. I mean, play in the back with our safeties and cut them crossing routes away, take crossing routes away. Can't go deep. We
oh
have enough
yeah,
men back there to cover, man.
it was over.
That game
They had
was
him in the
over
box.
with. That
They
game
had
was
him
over.
one dimensional, man. Because Tony Romo kept pointing it out, like, man, they got their safeties like 20 yards back. Like, Kansas City need to run the ball.
Yeah,
Nope. Nope.
yeah,
We are going to
yeah.
slang this thing. We've been doing it all year. They like, and the one time
Yeah.
they did come out run the ball, LL broke that long run. They had
That was
like
third.
two
That was
good
third
runs. What they
quarter.
do? Boop. They went right back to passing.
That was
So
third quarter, man. That was third quarter. Right on the halftime, he broke them runs. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, here we go. They was driving. They was driving.
they just
You know.
so let me ask you this. You think it's gonna sound crazy, but ask this though. You think Le'Veon Bell would have helped in the red zone?
Le'Veon Bell. You know, to be honest, man, I forgot all about Le'Veon Bell. Possibly. Who knows? But yeah, possibly he could have. I mean, I forgot about him, man. I forgot about Le'Veon Bell. But if you think about it, man, though, I was looking at a couple of them games that Le'Veon Bell played, man. He
He ain't
just
got that
didn't look the
burst no
same.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
didn't
ain't
look
look
the same. He
yeah.
did not look the same. So I don't know. What about the was it Darrell Williams?
The
That
Williams
cat?
played a little bit.
Yeah, he played a little bit. I don't know
Yeah.
why they didn't.
I just think they just didn't. I don't know, man. I don't know if they thought they just couldn't run, man. But you gotta attempt something, man. You gotta.
Yeah,
Allaire only ran 9 times, and then the next rush to him was Mahomes at 5. So they really only ran the ball like, and Williams probably ran like 3 times. So they really only ran
yeah.
like 16 times out the whole game.
Wow. Yeah, can't win like that, man. And I knew it was gonna be a problem when Fournette was out there juking people and
And trucking
spinning
people.
and breaking tackles. And I was like, oh boy, it's about to be a long night for this defense.
Yeah.
They want to know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Playing,
um you gotta give Byron Leftwich credit too on the offensive end because man, a lot of them plays you would call them grunt. People was wide open out there. People
yeah,
was running free.
a lot of them,
Yeah, people was
a
running free
lot of
out
them.
there, man. Like
Right,
they only threw the
right,
ball
right.
29 times, but you complete 21. Man,
Hey,
this is very
that's a
efficient.
problem, man. Very, very efficient. That is a
Yeah.
problem.
Like their first
Right.
touchdown to Grunt when they ran that little slip out screen.
Yeah, he was
And that,
so
was- that was
wide
a
open.
perfect play call at the right time. Perfect play call.
Hey, but the best throw of the night though was that second touchdown to Grunt that Tom Brady had threw. He threw that ball with so much velocity, man, and it was
Yeah.
just a tight spiral, man. Got back there. That was like the best throw he threw all night.
Yeah,
Like the
man.
strongest one right there in the bread basket too.
Kendall just come in and said Brady is the GOAT.
Yeah, yeah, he is, man.
Yeah,
He is.
yeah.
Gotta
And he done went out again. But let me leave. He got AOL over there, boy. But yeah, man. Hold on. Let me add him back in. You back in now, man. But
Can
yeah,
you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
hear me?
yeah, you good. I can hear you. But yeah, with that, we was talking about Mahomes, losing. They said that was the first time he has lost a game over more than one possession. The first time since November 19th, 2016 at Texas Tech when he was in college. That is crazy. So every game he be in, he either going to win it or if he lose, it's a nail biter. That's crazy. He had to go back to college to pull that up. Yeah, KJ, he got AOL over there, man. I don't know
Man,
what's
chill
going
out,
on.
man. Nah, that's me. I don't know, man. But yeah, anyway, you said this is the first he did what now?
They said the first time he lost a game by more than one possession since college, 2016.
God dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, man.
That is crazy. But yeah, man. And there was uh talk about you know, Pat Mahomes' greatness against Tom Brady. And they were saying like, and this was Tony Romo, what he mentioned was uh if he won, meaning Pat Mahomes, if he beat Tom Brady, he could be, I guess, trending into that that title of being, you know, in the talks of a GOAT, basically. Saying he
Mm-hmm.
could be, you know, in those talks, man. But they said if he lost, that he probably never would be a GOAT. Like he just
You can't go.
like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, man, how can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, how can you do that? It's just his fourth year, and he's playing against a great guy, and Tom Brady is a great player on the field. But hell, even Tom Brady done lost games in Super Bowl. So
Tom actually could have more losses. If
yeah,
Atlanta don't blow that lead and Seattle runs down, runs your boy
Sean Lynch.
beast mode, that's two L's right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's two L's. And then you look at the Panthers game was close. Then all this, the down the first three Super Bowls, the walkthroughs. So man, it's a lot of shit. But at the same time, he could have won all them damn Super Bowls. He could have 10. I mean, so
Mm-hmm.
he could have 10 Super Bowls. So I mean, it can go either way, man. It just but like I say, that was the first Super Bowl where he actually where the game was over. He didn't have to drive down the field to win or have the team come back and beat him. Like all his Super Bowls have been touchdown or less wins. A
Yeah.
loss, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Every game he's been in has been a nail biter except for last night. So he could be 0-10. So
Could be 0-10, could be
no.
10-0. That's true.
So I mean, you just and that's nothing more you can say, man. But what you think? Let me see, man. I'm trying to see how could I phrase this. Were you surprised that the Bucs did this to Tampa Bay?
To Kansas City. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I
I
mean, my bad,
mean,
excuse me, Kansas City. Sorry about that. Damn.
I would say this, yes, but then sort of not so much. But I was more surprised. Well, yeah, you got to factor in Tampa Bay, but I was just more surprised of how bad Kansas City won. I mean, how Kansas City played. But to say that, you know, I was surprised that Tampa Bay did it to Kansas City like that is not so much because, man, how they've been playing since the last time they played Kansas City. Like they've been on another level since they played Kansas City, since they lost to them. And
Mhm.
and how they've been playing in the playoffs, man. Like their defense it's like they, you know, it's like they, man, like they just like a switch just flipped on, man. Like they turned into something totally different, bro. They turned into something totally different. after that game. Like, it was a totally different defense than we saw in the early part of the season than the latter part of the season, man. Like, and you know, Winfield's a big factor with that secondary too, man. That boy a baller, man. Winfield is a baller. He get
Yeah.
to that ball.
Yeah. Tampa Bay young too, man. They
Yeah,
got
they
a
are
young
young.
They
They
got a
are.
young defense. They young.
Yeah, they really ain't got nobody old but Sue and
So,
JPP.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
it.
JPP young. He ain't that old, but he been playing for a little while. But yeah, the rest of them boys. Now, where did Levante David come from?
Um,
Where did he play at?
let me look it up right quick.
Why did he? Man, I was trying to figure that out last night. I couldn't think of.
He went to Nebraska.
Oh, that's who that is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I remember him now. 'Cause I was like, damn, I remember him from somewhere. Remember the name. I
Yeah.
couldn't put it together. Now he been playing for a little while.
He came out in 2012. He came out in 2012.
Yeah. Yeah, he been playing. He 31 years old. I
Yeah.
see. He been
Yeah.
playing.
But you see what KJ just posted to Brady's affiliated with the Illuminati.
You washing dishes.
Man, I'm not with the conspiracy theory stuff, man. But hey man, it's a lot of people out here pissed. I say this: it's a lot of people that made money, and it's a lot of people that lost money last night. There's some sick ass people out here, and there's some happy people too. So now I was listening to Kevin Hart podcast, and it was a guy in Tampa. He owns a furniture store down there. He put 3.5 million up on the Bucs
Bruh. And won.
and balling.
Yeah, won. Another cat, he put 3K up on the Bucks and hit for 45.
Yeah.
45,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my man, the streaker, that
Oh,
mug.
I seen that.
He betted on himself, betted 50,000 that it'll be a streaker at the Super Bowl, which would be himself, and he comes out with $370,000.
Mm-hmm.
He only used.
Man, AOL has struck again. Yeah, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes, they talked to him after the game, man, and they said he expects teams around the NFL to to watch Todd Bowles' game plan from last night and use it on them next year. Said he'll watch the film and start working on adjustment. Mahomes said this loss will motivate him not just for next year, but for the rest of his career. He needed that, man. He needed that ass kicking. You do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that to bring you back down to earth, man. Because if you really look at since he been starting, he pretty much has had his way with the league. Pretty much.
Yeah.
He done had his way, man.
That's true.
So he needed that. He got to go back and retool. Kansas City got to retool, period. They got to get another receiver. They need another safety. Swanson, I don't get rid of him. He's not that good. Swanson's not that good to me, man. He okay. Right. And they need another linebacker. Hitchens is okay. Ragland's are all right, but they need another linebacker too.
Yeah.
And another corner. They got to go back to the drawing board.
They got to get stronger up front again, man. Like how they was the championship year. That front forward, they're not that strong. They're getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, and I told people, like, if this is your first time listening, I said this on previous podcasts, man. Since week 8, Kansas City has not won a game by more than 10 points. Like, they've been skating all year.
Yeah.
They've been it was kind of due. It was kind of coming. They've been skating all year, Barely getting by here, barely getting by there. Got to kick a field goal to win, which NFL is tough anyway. But
Right.
hey man, they have been skating all year, so
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
need
They
man.
yeah,
They
they need, man. Sometimes you need that shocker, man, that bring you back down to earth, make you get back in the lab and continue to perfect your craft. I think they needed that.
yeah, they
I
did.
think Mahomes needed that because they was a little cocky out here, man. It was running over everybody and Hill. He doing this little peace sign. People was taking note of that.
Oh yeah.
They was like, nah, I got to get this guy back. You know what I'm saying? That's what Winfield did. So had to get him back because he did it to him. That's why he did it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When he was killing them in the first quarter of that game in Tampa Bay early in the season, he
Mm-hmm.
did the peace sign up on it. Antonio Whitfield Jr.
They did.
Yeah, he put it up on him. So that's why he did that back to him. But yeah, these guys, man. But hey, we gotta look at Tampa Bay too now. Just as much as you look at the Chiefs, gotta look at Tampa Bay. You know, they might can repeat too now. They,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know as far as who's a free agent and who's not. I know they're talking about Ndamukong Suh and Levante David. If they're gonna come back. I know they're talking about that, but as far as those two, you know, can you go out and get two guys to replace them, and you back in the same position as last year or
Yo,
this year? I should say.
I'm glad Sue got a ring though. I'm
Yeah.
glad Sue got one, man.
Yeah.
Sue, he done been in the league. There's some people you want to see get a ring. I'm glad AB got one. Who else Tampa Bay got their first ring? There's a lot of them got their first ring, but man, that's
Yeah.
the and there's an elephant in the room that came out about this game too. I don't know if a lot of y'all done heard about it, but that little exchange with Tyrann Mathieu and Brady, after the game, Tyrann Mathieu, had tweeted like Brady said something to him that he didn't like, said he wasn't gonna elaborate on what was said, but then he took it down. So everybody was like, what the hell did Brady say? To make you go like, do that exchange, but maybe we'll never know. Maybe it'll come out, but it's just something to take note to for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Do come out, just know that I told you. If you didn't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. He did say that. He did say Tom Brady said something that he wasn't gonna repeat. But they both were going at each other, man. They both are two of your ultimate competitors. But even they said Tom Brady had ended up apologizing to the Honey Badgers. Said they text him and he apologized for losing his cool. And he said that what's his name was a stand up guy. He wasn't any he wasn't any of a any troublemaker out there on the field. And he had much respect to Honey Badger, but he did apologize. He did apologize.
yeah. I don't get why people get all panties in the wall, whatever about people talking. Man, they're just too competitive people. See, a lot of this stuff come from people that never played sports, man.
Yeah.
That's one thing about sports for everybody who's played. When you get in the heat of the moment in battle, sometimes you can't control what come out your mouth. You just playing. You know what I mean? Not saying this what you say could be negative talk, but I'm just like as far as like the back and forth talking. You don't like some people plan to do that, but sometimes you can tell when it's just in the heat of the moment. Like, hey, we just going at it. I
Yeah.
see you might not like it, but I said it. It's out, but I didn't mean no harm by it, but we just playing ball.
Right. But man, It's Tom Brady, man. You know, anything with Tom Brady, you know, it's fiery. And look at his passion. He's a warrior. You know, and the whole time, you know, it was making Honey Badger out to be the bad guy. To be
Yeah.
honest, he
And,
even said
and
it like,
yeah, and if you see it, Honey Badger left it alone. Brady ran after him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was, you know, it was another video too that Honey Badger was running after Tom Brady too. So they both was running after each other.
Yeah.
But it was never said like Tom Brady was
Was the
like
instigator.
is the instigator or the aggressor or he's the guy out there that's starting everything. It wasn't him. It was always the Honey Badger. And he even said it was like, people said so much, man. They talking about me like I was the one, that started all of this. He basically saying it wasn't him. He wasn't the only person out there that was talking shit to each other. But
Nah, see, and that go back to the first game. Cause remember, they were talking trash to Brady. You know, the first game when him and Jones got into it, him and Chris Jones got into it. Chris Jones
right,
couldn't kick his ass.
right, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so all they go back to the first game too. But Tom Brady had to say something because Honey Badger kept saying you got one more time. You got one more time. He kept putting the finger up.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, man, I definitely want to know what he said though.
Oh
I
yeah,
wanna
because Brady mic'd up for the game. Now I don't know if the NFL gonna release it. He was
Yeah,
mic'd up for the game. They say they came out and said that like Brady was mic'd up for the game. I think both of them was mic'd up for the game. So it might come out, it might not.
I would love to know what he said. I'm pretty sure it was something crazy.
Yeah, because whatever he said, it pissed the Honey Badger off. So,
Yeah, and vice versa. Them boys was at each other's throats. At each other's throats, man.
yeah, man. So
Yeah.
time winding on down, man. I gotta get
All
ready
right,
for
man.
work, man. So we done
All
say
right.
talked about anything you think we done left that you want to say about the game, or really nothing else,
I
really.
think I think we good, man. I'm just sad that there's no more football until September. So
Yeah,
which
I
sucks,
might
which
I
sucks.
might do something about the draft though, man.
Yeah, which sucks, man.
But hey, I say this though, we went from week 1 to the Super Bowl. We went every
Yeah,
week. There was some times on the podcast I was like, man, we ain't even gonna make it to week 8. Like, I don't think because of
yeah,
COVID. They made it through COVID. We went from week 1 review all the way to the Super Bowl.
yeah,
So I think that's a great accomplishment. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I want to, say I thank the listeners out there who've been rocking with us every week. It's the football season is over. I think I am gonna do something about March Madness though. If there is a damn March Madness, because
Shit.
Carolina and Miami just postponed their game tonight because of COVID.
Yeah, because our stupid players out there
On
partying,
Franklin
got
Street.
masks on,
Yeah,
got
yeah,
on video.
yeah. But we made it through the season. Yeah, we will do this again next year, but on the other topics, other subjects, I think I'm gonna try to do something Wednesday, Thursday, touch on a little something, on the news, get my little tad bit about it. But football season is over. I'm mad, I'm sad. There's no more football, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But with that being said, this was the Super Bowl LV 55 for those who don't know their Roman numerals.
Yeah, this is it,
55.
man.
It's a lot of people that don't. So
Yeah.
get out there, man.
You can't handle the truth podcast, man.
Yeah, like I
This is
said, check
baby.
us out on Facebook,
Check us out.
YouTube. You want to go on my Twitter page? Capital S, lowercase c, capital S, lowercase c, Murray with a capital M 864. Man, we're gonna do more topics, more subjects. You know, football season is over, so we got to move on and talk about other things. So if anybody wanna join us and talk about something, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, you are free to join. You know, you could just hit me up on Facebook, message me, just go on, the Facebook page of You Can't Handle the Truth. We could chat, you know what I'm saying, talk about stuff. I can send you the link. We just jump on here, we can talk about whatever. There's no conversation can't be had on this platform.
Right.
And women are welcome as well. I want to get more women on here too. I know y'all got things to talk about. And we need to have more adult conversations on this podcast. So to the ladies out there, if you're listening, if you're willing to get on here and talk, you are more than welcome.
Right.
So with that being said, we're gonna sign out,
baby.
man. Football is over. If you want to check out previous, episodes, go to Google, Spotify, Apple, Breaker, you go back listen to some stuff we did from last year. We trying to grow this community. We trying to get more local people on here to talk about stuff and whatever y'all want to talk about. So,
yeah. All
right, man. We out for tonight. Holla back at y'all later on this week.
All right, man. Later.
All right.